How do you choose a date? Whose company would you enjoy?
Mary had a cheerful disposition. She was intelligent, healthy, and attractive, and she had no trouble making friends.
Just me and a girl. Well, that's all right.
When I was around a sophomore or junior in high school, a guy had added me on Snapchat. I didn't know who he was, but also I couldn't recognize the name. So I just messaged him saying, "Hey, who are you?" He responded, "I'm just this guy, blah, blah, blah." He seemed nice, so I just was talking to him. And then the conversation did a whole 180, and he's like, "Send me your nudes or we're gonna have a problem."
The incident I had with my stalker, I had 2 classes with them last year, and then this most recent class, I sat next to them, and that's really where it started because we started talking, and he really became pretty obsessive.
I was about 15 years old, so I had a good friend, but I would hardly say we were friends because I was never in it for friendship. So obviously we were both virgins.
How do you ask for a date? But just how should he ask her? And what if she refused?
I was thinking of calling her. Maybe ask her to the show Friday.
Yeah, how about going to the dancing Saturday night? How about a date?
So we'd always talk about that in our text, and we both really wanted to get some. The difference was, in my text, my idea was, I want to get some specifically with you. Hers were other people.
I started receiving a lot of text messages, up to like 15 a day.
And I said, "What? No, I don't know who you are."
No.
Naturally, I refused.
No, thanks, Woody.
He said, "If you're not going to send them to me, then I'm going to get them off your phone my own way." And I didn't really think that was possible.
It was all sorts of, just complimentary. I think I love you. You're so beautiful. I want to get to know you better.
So she really valued me as a friend. I took advantage of that.
Until I said, "No, I'm not sending you anything."
It was constant communication, completely one-sided. I tried to be friendly back, but it just would not stop.
Well, I guess I'd say things like, God, I hate saying this out loud. Stuff like, "Oh, well, if you're going to be friends with that guy, well, then you're a whore."
My phone then shut down. And that kind of freaked me out. I was thinking, oh, just a coincidence.
Or, you do any of this that I don't like, you're a slut, and I won't talk to you anymore.
I blocked him immediately, and then, he started messaging me on Facebook then, so I blocked him on Facebook, then over to Twitter, blocked him on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, pretty much everything I could think of to just make it stop.
I turned my phone back on, and I opened up. He's like, "I got what I needed, thanks."
And anything I blocked him on, he would just move on to the next social media platform.
A couple months later, he messages me. He's like, "I want newer pictures." And I said, "What do you mean newer?" He's like, and then he sent me all the pictures that he had taken off my phone that he hacked into.
I guess your mother thought up that line.
She did not.
Boy, did you turn out to be a pill. I guess a guy has to have a car to impress a girl like you. Well, your boyfriend better watch out. Because he might meet a guy with a Cadillac someday. And then where'll he be?
I did ask him, like, "Well, why are you doing this? Like, why are you just attacking me?" He says, "'Cause I can." I honestly think he was bored and just wanted to be a creepy guy and have some sort of fun.
It came from anger of rejection.
It was really weird, because he was even telling me, he's like, "You shouldn't be taking these pictures, like God's watching you." He had a very religious righteousness to him.
When you're angry and you have someone to point the finger at, suddenly you're not embarrassed with yourself. You're more of, yeah, I had the right to do that.
And then he compared himself to God and that he was this almighty man, trying to take care of my sins.
Or the minute someone rejects you, you can say, "Okay, now because you've wronged me, I have the right to be angry." I just thought I was justified, hey, I'm the good guy.
Yeah, he definitely felt like he was a hero.
So it's okay for me to act like an asshole.
But Dave was emotionally unstable. He didn't think straight about what he was doing. Because he can't fit the real world into his unreal idea of how it should be, he is so frustrated that he loses control of himself.
It got to the point where I felt really uncomfortable coming to school because I felt like I was constantly being watched.
It scared me. It really scared me. I was afraid to go on Snapchat for a while. I was afraid to talk to people online.
Just no matter where I went, I felt like they were always around. It just constantly felt uncomfortable being around campus.
I struggled with more self-confidence issues after that incident because I just felt like if I'm naked, that's just the only reason why a guy would want me, really.
And I could feel like their presence everywhere, no matter if I was at school, in between classes, hanging out with my friends.
I just felt like this small little person, and the things he kept telling me, like he was calling me a whore, he was calling me worthless. I felt like it just off of taking one picture.
If these strong feelings lead you into behaving unwisely, well, the outcome can be guilt and frustration. And these are the things that can spoil the chance of your finding the very love that you're looking for.
So I was actually approached by some of my classmates who had heard about the situation, not from me, and had actually reported it and encouraged me to go ahead and report it. So after I put in my report and started talking to the department heads, they took it very seriously.
I am definitely more confident now. I did take some years of growing up, learning to love myself.
The process has begun, and I'm hoping that with the steps that we're taking, it won't happen to anyone else on campus.
In the height of emotion, it's not always easy to stop and think things through. But if you'll just slow down the rush and pressure of your feelings a little, when you can rely on judgment rather than emotion, then judgment has a better chance to take hold and guide you away from wrong behavior.